I'm gonna use any kind of gel, but the Got to Be Glued. I think it's like in a yellow. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like really good stuff. And it will slick anything back. So get a nice, like just a nice center part, comb it way down. A lot of times a brush is okay, but a comb will get it tighter so that there's not like the bumps and the flyaways. It's just a matter of what your preference is. So if I were to do it here and I use the gel, I'll just use a little spray right now. The big thing is just no flyaways. Some of the girls have the bangs, so you have to kind of pin them down, gel them down. I'm trying to get in your eyes, honey. So I'm not gonna do it as tight as we put like the hair, slicking it back like we would most, but you wanna just get it as tight as you possibly can so that when we get it into the ponytail, you don't have to redo this. Because what's really nice is a lot of times, once we pick like their hairs up in the morning and if they have a few dances, it's gonna stay like that all day long. Unless we have a specific dance that we need to like change it for. But, so you're usually good to go, and a lot of the moms will do it, like I said, when they get out of the shower, they'll do it nice and wet. You could even just do the first part of it. And you want to just keep combing it down nice and straight. And this, if I had gel, I would put like a gel tight on this and keep going with it. So that her flyaways would be nice and tight. A little wispies, right? And then get it as tight as you possibly can in the back. I'll show you in a sec. Am I pulling too much? No? Okay. So now you can't yell at your moms because moms pull tighter usually. Or you just yell at them more. Or dads. We've had some dads that were pretty good too. So you want to get it nice and slick, and I'll show you once I put it in the ponytail holder, how you want to comb like the back down nice and tight. I like the thick. Some of the girls that have really heavy hair, like Bella might have heavier hair, like the thick rubber bands, because the little ones won't hold them, or use two. But her hair is pretty good. She'd probably stick with the one. And I like to wind it very, very tight so that this part is nice and tight. My hair is tight. Can you feel it? So if you want to turn your head, I'm gonna let them see like the back. And a lot of times too, if you have the gel, what I would do is take the underneath and do the gel and get the wispies up so that these kind of things are gonna stay right flat to her head. And then you can comb it again so it pulls it tight. And again, the gel is like liquid glue. It'll just hold it nice and tight. And the Got to Be Glued also has a hairspray that's like a gel, so that's really good too. This is gel. Yes, so you see how that is? So now, once you have the ponytail good and nice and tight, some moms like to do the donut hair things. And anyone that knows me and knows the studio, I'm not a fan. I don't use these. Only because a lot of times they end up, some people get too big of ones and then they end up like on top of their heads and then they're separated, looks like a big doorknob.
Yeah, the ponytail's got to be down right exactly.
Right. Yeah, so here, can you just kind of turn your head so you can see where it's at the base of her neck? So if you did do the donut, you would slip this through it and then you spread the hair out over it. But I'm going to show you, can you turn this way? No, turn away. So when I start doing the bun, what you want to do is twist the ponytail so it's kind of like nice and tight. And in the direction that I'm twisting it, I'm going to wrap it. So as I'm twisting this ponytail, I'm going to take it and spin it up this way. And then I'm going to start pinning it. And I like to use to start, there's like the hairpins that are not like the bobby pins, they're the straight, you know what I mean? So that's how you can start it. And you're just gonna pin it. As you go down, you're gonna pin it right in around the outside and you keep twisting and pinning. I use a ton of pins because I've been doing this a really long time and I've seen a lot of hair fall out on stage. So we want to avoid that. So I probably go overboard, but you're probably gonna use a good 10 to 15, 20 bobby pins depending on your hair. If you're me, it's probably a whole lot more than that. But I just like it to be really secure. So you just keep pinning it down. And I like to wrap it so that it gets right and tight to the head. So you don't have like a separation between where the rubber band is and where the bun hits. Am I digging into your head yet? So I'm just wrapping, and like you can see how it kind of makes this little tight circle. And again, I probably have it more gelled than it is right now as I worked it and as I got that ponytail tight to the head. You see how and I like to get down right, and some people like it up close, like up higher, but I'm short, so I always have them down lower. It's easier for me. So then once that's secure, you're gonna take a hairnet. They're like these little, I don't know, they're not much, right? You got them at CVS?
Yeah, you can get like a whole pack of them. They're pretty cheap. And some of them are like, if you have blonde hair, they come in lighter ones, or it just depends on what shade of hair you want.
Sally's has a lot of cheap stuff too. Like you can find all this stuff. So the hairnet, the lunch lady hairnet. But you're gonna take it and wrap it up on the hair, the bun there, and then just twist it and keep wrapping it. And then wrap it until it doesn't wrap anymore. And then if you can't wrap it anymore, then you'll just kind of twist it around. This is gonna keep it from flying away and keep it nice and secure. And then I'm gonna take my bobby pins and I'm gonna pin it down tight so that it's flatter. Probably would have gone a little bit wider than what I did right here instead of a little knob. How does that feel? And they'll tell you, trust me, they'll say, ow! Like if you pull, because sometimes you can get like that crosshair underneath and it pulls. But as long as it's nice and tight and they're not gonna spin out of it or it's not gonna come undone. And if all the buns are similar, I mean, obviously their hair is different. They're not gonna look identical, but as close as you possibly can. And I don't know if they can see on that more how I'm pinning. Like when I grab the bobby pin, I will wrap in that bun and then I will push it down that way to secure it down in. Does that make sense?
Slow motion.
So pin, I'll grab the net close to the head and then pin it down in. Yeah? Then you can finish, like I said, you can go tighter with gel. If you have flyaways, you can grab all that with gel, pin it in tighter. Now this, this is quick. I probably would have spent a little more time flattening it out if you didn't have class. But you can pull in tighter. Oh, this was right on her, right? And if you want to get a smooth edge, just keep pushing down. How does that feel? You feel like you could go through like a tornado and that hair's not gonna come out? That's about it. So there you go, you can kind of spin up.
That looks good.
Yeah, so even like here, like if you look under, I would have taken gel and done that before I did the bun. And you can pin it up into the ponytail so it's not flying away on her.
You guys see where the height is? I feel like that's one of the biggest things is when people show up and it's up too high and then it's like so awkward to say you have to change it, but like
Yeah,
it's
I
got
mean, you
it.
don't want to be too low. Like it probably could be just a tad higher, like on the nose of her neck, or it could be spread out more, so the bun's a little bit wider than what